told you that a single game could change the trajectory of your life. For me, that game is Final Fantasy XII. Today, I'm going to dive into why Final Fantasy XII is my favorite game of all time and how it inspires me to create my own game.
This is going to be a never-ending topic, maybe even a multi-part series. I just finished the part where I talked to Jahara's Great Chief about how to use the Dawn Shard, and honestly, I want to revisit and talk about this game again as I progress. So maybe I'll do more videos in the future, but for now, let's dive into why Final Fantasy XII means so much to me. I first played this game when I was 18, back in 2008. I was completely enthralled with it. Now, I'm 34, and I've lost count of how many times I've played it. It doesn't feel as magical as that first playthrough, but every time I come back, I notice little details that make me appreciate it even more. This game literally changed my life. It made me want to change my major and get into game development and coding. My dream was to be a game dev at Square Enix. That never happened, but my love for games is still the same. Let's start with the world of Ivalice. This game is massive, and I love it so much. There are so many cool locations, each with its own unique design and atmosphere. It makes the world feel huge and alive. Games nowadays often have repetitive environments, but Final Fantasy XII has distinct locations with different music for each one. You've got places like Jahara, Erwit Village, Fran's home, and Nabudis. I wish some of these locations were expanded with more quests and stories because they're so fascinating. The side quests are fun and non-repetitive. And the hunts, oh my god, the hunts are so freaking fun. You get cool rewards and items, and they're just a blast to complete. The story is very political heavy. Some say it was inspired by Star Wars, but I've never watched Star Wars, so I can't really compare. What I loved was the mature theme. I was 18 when I first played it, and my English wasn't great, so I didn't fully understand everything. But even then, I was hooked. A lot of people complain about Vaughn, saying he's a stupid protagonist, but I was never bothered by him. I thought it was cool that Vaughn and Penelo were just normal kids, innocent bystanders caught in a war. They represented the everyday people who suffer the consequences while those in power play political games. And the other characters, oh, they're so charming. My favorite character of all time is Fran. At first, I was just captivated by how pretty, cool, and elegant she looked. Then her voice acting made her so mysterious and deep. Learning about her background with her sister added so much depth to her character. Games just don't make characters like this anymore. Both Bash and Ash are equally cool, and the voice acting is just amazing. The combat system is so different from other Final Fantasy games, but that's what I love about Square Enix. They're always trying something new with each installment. The Gambit system was super fun, though the slow movement could make grinding tedious. The Zodiac remake added a speed up button, which makes grinding a lot more bearable. Oh, and let's not forget the license board. I love skill trees, and the license board is so satisfying to work with. It gives so much freedom to customize your characters. I can't stop talking about the world building, but I also have to mention the music and art direction. The soundtrack is incredible, and it perfectly complements each location. And the Mughals, this has got to be the best looking, cutest Mughal design in all of Final Fantasy. They're so darn adorable. In my future game, I'll make sure to include something cute like that. Oh, and the treasure chest. They look different in each location, and the simple animations make them easy to pick up. It's little details like that that make the world feel alive. How Final Fantasy XII inspires me to create my own game. When I build my own AAA game in the future, I want to create a world as rich and immersive as Ivalice. I want distinct locations, diverse species, coexisting, and non-repetitive quests that make the world feel alive. I also love the open linear design of the maps. It gives you freedom while still guiding you through the story. The characters in Final Fantasy XII inspire me to write complex, relatable protagonist and antagonist. I want to create characters as memorable as Fran, Balthier, and Ash. Fran's mysterious background and her relationship with her sister are so well written, and I want to bring that level of depth to my own characters. The Gambit system is a huge inspiration for me. It's so innovative, and I want to think outside of the box like that when designing my game's mechanics. I also love the license board and loot chaining. In my game, I want to include skill trees and rewarding side quests like the hunts in Final Fantasy XII. Oh, and the bazaar system. It's tedious at times, but it's so fun to hunt for rare items to create ultimate weapons. The dungeons in Final Fantasy XII are top-notch. Places like Barham Passage and Garamside Waterway are so creepy and confusing, but that's what makes them memorable. When I was younger, I was so scared to go into those places. but now I find them so fun. I want to create dungeons that evoke the same mix of fear and excitement in my own game. Final Fantasy XII taught me so much about ambition and creativity. The game took bold risks with its mature themes and unconventional gameplay, and that inspires me to take creative risks in my own projects. The attention to detail in Final Fantasy XII, like the treasure chests and loot chaining, shows how the little things can make a game memorable, and the game's development journey, with its changes in directors and long development cycle, reminds me to stay persistent and passionate about my own work. To recap, Final Fantasy XII is my favorite game of all time because of its rich world building, memorable characters, innovative gameplay, and attention to detail. It's a game that continues to inspire me to create my own world, characters, and mechanics. I'll definitely revisit this game in future videos as I progress and uncover more details. What about you? What's your favorite Final Fantasy game and what inspires you to create? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and for more content about gaming and game development. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.